Hello, my name is Brian Foster. I am talking about different aspects of Spiritism, and I have a blog at nwspiritism.com. Today, we're going to talk about the power of a spirit. Why am I talking about this? Because I want people to realize that we are here in this human body, this frail body. We get diseases, we grow old, we can hurt, right? We have emotions pounding us all the time. Socrates said, I don't know how anybody can think in this life because there's 1,000 emotions bombarding you all the time. I'm just paraphrasing. So, what is awaiting us? There's a lot of ill-defined ideas about heaven, and this is what is so great about Spiritism. Spiritism gives you something concrete, actionable. You can read what heaven is like in Spiritist literature. In fact, I have written 3 books, a series of 3 books, all about heaven and around us. My first book is Heaven and Below, talking about heaven in the different areas, the lower zone, below the lower zone, spirits in the spirit universe, which really then starts talking about what I'm talking about today, and that is the power of spirits, the spirit attributes. What are the spirit attributes? Well, first, we're immortal. We are only put into this body as a learning experience. We are put here on trials to mold our personality and our character for the better. Why? Because the power we have as a higher spirit, as we go into heaven, into higher levels of heaven, our power becomes more. Let me start with something simple. Spiritism tells us that we can only see about 1/8 of the world around us. We can't see as many colors. We can't hear as much as other people. We can't see the spirits wandering around us. Some people are. Some people are mediums that can do this. But right now, most of us, we can't. Our sight and senses are so limited. Then, here on this planet Earth and in this physical universe, the speed of light is the speed limit. Well, in the spirit universe, it's not the speed of light, it's the speed of thought. You can travel at the speed of thought. You can travel, you think about something. You think, if you're in some level of heaven, you think about, I want to go to Kansas City. You will then zoom right there to Kansas City, right? You can walk or you can just glide where you want to go. You are less dense, right? You are less physical matter, you're more energy, and as you rise you become more and more energy and less physical matter. So you can go where you want. You can go out to the outer edge of the galaxy as fast as you can think. You can look at our solar system from a vantage point just by your thought. Of course, you can only do that as you rise higher and higher, because you're only allowed to go to the level of heaven and below that you have risen to. So, what's next? Your appearance, right? You will look as you think you should look, right? If what the spirits tell us is that when spirits come from earth to heaven, right? You could have left your body young or old. That the young tend to get a little bit older, more, 20s and 30s, however you think you should have looked in your past lives, and the old become younger. So everyone is, depending on how they want to look. Some people want to look 20s, some people want to look 40s, right? Maybe 50s. Depends how you think of yourself. Your clothes, you create those with your thought. Now, this is just the start of using your thinking. As you go higher and higher, you learn to create with your mind. The universe is composed of universal fluid, and with that universal fluid, your mind can create everything. Jesus Christ and his other high spirits created the solar system, created the earth, put the moon around the earth. You, as a spirit, will experiment and take classes. You will create statues. You'll create, birds or life, just for an example, right? You'll create these things. Then, as you go higher and higher, you'll be members of a team that will create whole buildings. You'll create whole cities to house spirits who come from the lower zones, who are now ready to start coming up. You'll start helping them. You will create statues and fountains, everything. Eventually, as you graduate from the levels of heaven around the earth, you will help create whole species on different planets. You may even help create planets, probably in more minor things as we start out, right? You'll help guide whatever the humans look like on a certain planet. You'll help guide their culture. You'll help guide their advancement, right? They'll too, at some day, there'll be a primitive planet, then a planet of atonement like we are right now, a planet of atonement. You'll help guide them to a higher level. These are all things you will do. This is why we go through the trials we are here on earth, is to improve ourselves, to take out the primitive emotions and replace them with advanced emotions. So, if you'd like to learn more about this world I am talking about, this real world, we are in the temporary world. We are here as parents sent their kids off to summer school, to a camp, right, so they can learn some things. That's what we are here. We're sent here to this campus called Earth so we can learn to reform our emotions and our personality. So read my series of 3 books, Heaven and Below, and then what I'm really talking about today is spirits and the spirit universe. It tells all about spirits, the spirit's universe, how it's composed, what we can do there. And then this 3rd book of the series is how we are guided by spirits, all about how each one of us has a life blueprint plan, and what is the plan for Earth? What's the future of Earth? Spirits have told us through communications from high spirits to the Reverend G. Owen in the 1910s and 20s, the early 1900s, exactly how the Earth will look way in the future when we become a planet of regeneration, a planet where there aren't bad or ignorant spirits roaming around, that we're all here, we all live in unity, in love, we share, there's no poverty. It will be a wonderful world. But in order to make it a wonderful world, each one of us needs to ascend and to become a better spirit. God bless.